Last week, Shay Rowbottom posted a video on LinkedIn that ruffled quite a few feathers.
One last thing I'll say about the cancer thing, even chemo guys, because everything's mental, right? So everything is about what you believe you manifest. So if I believe I'm going to be a billionaire, that's the only way I'm going to actually manifest a reality in which I am a billionaire. If you believe that the treatment the doctor is giving you, that you are also paying for, is going to heal you, well, was it the treatment that actually healed you? Or was it your belief that that treatment was going to heal you, that healed you, and you actually just healed yourself?
But I believe many people took things out of context. But before we get into that, have you heard of gene expression and the study of epigenetics? Epigenetics is the study of organisms caused by modification of gene expression. Basically, our day-to-day choices massively influence what goes on inside our bodies and brain. Lifestyle choices won't modify the structure of your DNA, but can help to modify the way the DNA works. Where you live, what you eat, and who you interact with, how you exercise, the medications you take, and the information you digest and assimilate. Your DNA is not your destiny. The genetic lottery might determine the cards you have in your deck, but the way you live your life deals you the hand you actually play with. You have the power to silence or activate your genes. Now, this is not woo-woo. This is not pseudo-science as many people suggested. We all have cancer cells, every single one of us. How we live our lives may determine whether those cells are switched on and mutate into cancer. Now back to Shay's video. I think many people interpreted what she said as think positive and manifest and cure all illnesses. If that's what they thought, there's no wonder they got pissed off. I personally didn't see it like that. Perception is a wonderful thing. The problem I think was this. As soon as you mention the word cancer, it's going to trigger people. It's such an emotive topic for many people. So many people are affected by this, and maybe they can't see past their own personal circumstances or grief or, the death of a loved one. I don't know, but it's definitely a tricky subject. And this is totally understandable, isn't it? Remember, you don't believe what you see what you believe. Personally, I'm a big fan on treating the cause rather than the symptom. As a society, we've fallen into the trap of a pill for every ill and a cream for every symptom. Go to the doctors with high cholesterol, boom, prescribe statins. Go to the doctors for an ache and pain, they are Mrs. Jones, there's your prescription for OxyContin. Oh, we won't tell you that you're going to probably get seriously addicted to that shit. How about showing someone how to stop smoking, reduce their drinking, and maybe lose some weight? Many studies show that only 5 to 10% of cancer is genetic, meaning that whatever happened, these people were going to get cancer. That's just really shitty luck, to say the least. That means 90 to 95% is down to lifestyle and your environment, which means it's man-made. And we know we all have potentially cancerous cells. The mind and the placebo effect can be extremely powerful. The placebo effect seems to have an effect on every symptom known to mankind and works in at least a third of patients, sometimes even up to 60% of patients. Look, I'm not saying you can cure all conditions and ailments with the power of your mind. That's not what I'm saying. But your mind, your thoughts and beliefs play a huge role in your environment, and your environment can switch on or switch off those genes. There are 3 ways to control gene expression: emotions, environmental, and stress reduction. Let's look at emotions, psychologically but also physically. Love produces huge amounts of the feel-good hormones oxytocin and dopamine. Fear, on the other hand, releases stress hormones and other inflammatory agents. Next, the environment: air, water, food, exercise, household products, cleaning products, personal care products. Now let's look at stress. Dr. Dean Ornish, in a prostate cancer study, gave one group conventional treatments. He gave the second group lifestyle modifications, focused on stress reduction and no conventional medicine. 90 days later, the results were very interesting. 500 genes that influence prostate cancer development had altered. Now I want to be clear on this. This is not stop your chemo, allow your diet to heal you. That's not what I'm saying, but it can make a significant difference. Conventional Western medicine has played a huge role in the advancement of our species as humans, but it would be remiss of us to dismiss alternative solutions. Genetics load the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. On a purely anecdotal and personal level, I've been suffering from a chronic lower back and hip injury for about 2.5 years now. It was only properly diagnosed 6 weeks ago. That's a long story. The mental fatigue was immense, and I have to admit, for last year, for about 6 months, I was quite depressed. The day after it was diagnosed, the physical symptoms diminished massively. Not entirely, but there was a distinct difference in the pain and the discomfort that I was feeling. And there was also a huge mental relief. No, it didn't cure me, but the difference was significant. Why was that?
Coincidence? I think not!
I now have a focus and a belief that I can actually fix my problem. I still need conventional treatments to aid that, But now I have a belief that I can fix what was wrong with me. Like I said, this is purely anecdotal, so take from that what you will. Now I need to end this video because it's already gone on far too long. As always, I'd love to know your thoughts. Have you heard of epigenetics and gene expression before? And for all the people that thought that Shay was talking complete rubbish and blindly started slagging her off, please look into things before you start doing that. Because you don't understand something that sounds crazy to you doesn't make it false. On that note, I'll speak to you soon.